I definitely feel for some of you, and this isn't going to apply to everyone, that some of you have received news of a promotion, or you will be receiving news of a promotion during the month of June. For others of you, you're going through a transition of career. This is StarLink guidance, and these are messages for Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising for June 2024. Please take what resonates and discard the rest. So I'm going to begin with a brief overview of the astrology for the month before I begin reading. Now, starting off June, on the 3rd of June, we will be having Mercury, the planet of learning and communication, entering its home sign of Gemini. Now, with Mercury in Gemini, a lot of the focus that we will have will be on all forms of communication. This will be an opportune time to share new thoughts, share new ideas, participate in activities that will give intellectual stimulation. There'll be an enhancement of our ability to problem solve. There may be a focus on expanding professional networks or more increased social interaction around this particular time. On June the 6th, we have a new moon in the sign of Gemini. New moons represent times in which we start new things. This is a time of new beginnings. So therefore, this will be an opportune time for you to set any types of intentions related to communication, networks, media, learning, starting new projects, expanding social circles, reading books, maybe listening to a podcast. So this will be a great time for you to engage in these types of activities or set intentions around these particular activities. It may even be a great time for discovering a new skill or engaging in a new hobby. On June the 8th, we have Mars, the planet of action and goals and willpower, moving into the sign of Taurus. Now, with Mars in Taurus, this is going to give us a very grounded energy. This will increase our ability to be more persistent and more determined towards the goals that we have. There may be a more practical approach to executing our goals, and this is also going to be a great time to focus on all types of money matters, whether this is increasing your finances, whether this is moving towards creating separate streams of income, whether this looks like potentially applying for a promotion within your existing job or even starting a new business. And this will also be a placement that favors creative energy. So this is where your passion and your desire meet, and where you're able to take action towards making your sort of creative desires come to life. On June the 16th, we have Venus, which is the ruler of Libra and the ruler of Taurus, moving into the sign of Cancer. So with Venus in Cancer, there will be a deeper focus on our emotions and our emotional security. This may also enhance our intuition at this particular time. We may be feeling a lot more compassionate or a lot more sensitive or nostalgic in energy. There may also be a focus that we will have around home, family, or parental figures. On June the 17th, we have Mercury moving out of the sign of Gemini and entering into the sign of Cancer. With Mercury and Cancer, the thoughts that we begin to have become a lot more intuitive. There may also be a focus on home. So for some of you, this may be buying a new home, moving home, potentially changing location. There may also be a focus on family matters. For some of you, you may be feeling a lot more emotionally sensitive and a lot more reflective and introspective during this particular transit. On June the 20th, we have the Sun entering the sign of Cancer, which will highlight all Cancerian themes to do with intuition, emotions, home, family, and introspection. This also coincides with the summer solstice, which is the longest day of the year in the Northern Hemisphere. Now, I am going to begin shuffling. I'm going to be using this deck, which is my new deck. It's called the Astro Alignment. So this is called the Astro Alignment deck. This deck is an astrology-based deck. It's very new. Okay. What are the most important messages for the spiritual, emotional, and material development of Libra's Sun, Moon, and Rising for the month of June? That's quite a lot of cards that have come out. We'll take them. So we've got Gemini, we've got the 10th house, we've got solstice, we have Capricorn, we have South Node, we have Lunar, let me move this up here. We have Air, and we have Vesta. Okay. At the base of the deck, we have the 11th house. So this is showing me that either your networks are changing, or your partnerships within business are changing, or potentially your clients are changing, or your friends are changing. Something within your networks, either personal or professional, are actually changing. And I think that these are going to be changing for the better. I feel that in Gemini season, you're going to be connecting with new people in a professional capacity. And I feel that these particular meetings are going to be ones that are quite fated and destined. These are ones that are going to help you bring your career aspirations to life. And I actually feel like you're either going to be partnering or collaborating with some of the people that you meet. This could mean that you are going to either professional networking events, conferences, or you may be attending a course in which you actually meet other people that have a very similar aspiration to yourself, or have similar values to yourself, or are very like-minded. This could also look like meeting people online, because of the fact that we've got the 11th house here. The 11th house is ruled by Aquarius. Aquarius rules technology. So this could be that you meet people in a physical sense, but I'm getting that this could be a virtual sense. This could also be for those of you that have your own business. You could be showcasing either a product, a service, a gift, or a talent. And because of the way in which you either showcase this, I don't know whether it will be for a podcast or for a video, I feel that there's the energy here for you to go viral with this particular product, service, gift, skill, or talent during Gemini season. Okay, so we have Gemini here, we have 10th house, we have solstice, we have Capricorn. Now, I'm going to start off with Gemini. This, again, complements the 11th house energy. I definitely feel that you are moving into a time in which you are expanding your ideas, you're expanding your thoughts. You are, with the Gemini energy, sort of crowning the top of your reading in terms of this particular spread. You are executing things with being very methodical, being very meticulous. I feel like you're going to be very organized. I feel like you're going to be organizing all types of things. You're going to be creating plans around what it is that you want to make or create. Some of you with this Gemini energy, you're going to be engaging in a lot of online, either networking or communication. I also feel that some of you could be wanting to either experiment with a new skill or gift or talent, or you may be learning a new skill or gift or talent during this season. Some of you may be engaging in creative projects such as literature. Some of you may be moving into the sphere of technology or engineering, or for some of you it could even look like graphic design. But I definitely feel that you're moving into a new career, or you are creating a business from the gifts and skills that you have, or you could be simply going on a journey of adventure and exploration, which is what this Aquarius energy sort of invites us to do, to go on a journey of adventure and exploration. Do something out of the ordinary, come out of our comfort zone, do something different, do something unique. So I feel like you could be sort of taking action towards a particular idea that you have, but I definitely feel like you are looking at engaging in any type of activities that are going to expand your horizons in a mental way. So you're looking for mental stimulation. And I definitely feel like this is what's going to be taking prevalence during June for you. There's a definite focus here on your career, because we have the 10th house, which is ruled by Capricorn, and we also have the Capricorn card here. So for me, it's double confirmation. Either you're going to be, the way I'm seeing this 10th house energy, there's three ways. You're either going to be starting a business, you're either going to be receiving news around a job or a promotion. The other way I'm seeing this as well is you could be quite focused on building a career or building upon a skill that you have and turning it into a business or a separate stream of income. The final way I'm seeing this as well could be that because of the fact that Capricorn rules our public life, it could be that you are gaining a lot of attention, potentially gaining a lot of attention online for something that you offer as a service, something that you make as a product, or a skill or talent that you do. So I definitely feel like there's a potential here for you to get some sort of notoriety, recognition, promotion, an increase in footfall of clients for those of you that are business owners or entrepreneurs. With the solstice card being here, I definitely feel like you may have gone through a period of time in which things may have slowed down for you. I definitely feel that during Aries season, there may have been an ending of a partnership, an ending of a contract, ending of employment, ending of a friendship. I feel that you have gone through a really big transition in order to step into yourself. And as a result of maybe losing particular relationships that may have been significant, so these could be platonic friendships or romantic relationships, this has given you the ability to really be introspective and really focus on yourself. So I definitely feel with this solstice energy here, there's been a focus on self, especially because we've got the sun right in the center here. The sun represents our conscious self. So you've been focused on yourself. You've been focused on taking action towards your goals. You've been focused on your creativity. You've been focused on your projects. You've been taking action on all of the things that mean something really significant to you and that give you happiness, joy, and pleasure. I feel like you've also started to become even more creative as a result of spending time alone. This Capricorn card is a confirmation of the 10th house that we saw earlier, but this is also telling me that not only have you been really hard working, which also confirms this, but you've been really toiling away quietly in order to build something new. I definitely feel for some of you, and this isn't going to apply to everyone, that some of you have received news of a promotion, or you will be receiving news of a promotion during the month of June. For others of you, you're going through a transition of career. This is how I'm seeing this Capricorn card. You're going through a transition of career, and you may be stepping into either a new role within an existing career, possibly a senior role, or for others of you, you're moving into a totally different career. With the South Node here underneath Gemini, I definitely feel that the South Node is usually represents in the natal chart what it is that we have already learned and what we need to move forward from. So the South Node is one way of explaining the South Node on our natal chart is almost like all of the things that are familiar to us and all of the things that we are comfortable in sharing, expressing, engaging in, knowledge that we may have. However, with Gemini being here in South Node, I definitely feel like this is actually a confirmation of the fact that you may have had to separate from particular relationships. For some of you, because Gemini also represents siblings, this could be a separation between you and some siblings. This could be a separation between you and a romantic partner. This could be a separation between you and some like platonic friends. Or this could even represent like a separation between you and people that you work alongside. But I definitely feel like it was necessary to have that break and to separate yourself from certain people, because of the fact that these particular connections could have been the ones that were holding you back or keeping you in a state of stagnancy, in which you were behaving in a way that wasn't allowing for you to demonstrate your evolution or your true authentic self. Or it could even have limited the way in which you think or the way in which you express yourself. We've got lunar eclipse here, and it says culmination, release, and illumination. Now, a lunar eclipse is very different from a solar eclipse. A lunar eclipse represents when something is obscured from our vision, and these particular obscurities then become known. So when we see a lunar eclipse, particularly when it's a full moon lunar eclipse, it represents either thoughts or ideas or people or places that we need to remove or let go of, because it is not allowing us to be able to show up as our authentic self. So I definitely feel that with the lunar eclipse being here, directly underneath the 10th house, you may have had to let go of a particular job, or let go of a professional connection, or let go of a career path in order to step into who you are. I feel like a lot of Libras have gone through a lot of loss. Some of you, this is also coming up, some of you may have lost a parental figure, and what I'm getting as well is potentially a father figure, but that's not going to apply to all of you, so condolences to who that applies to. But I do feel that there has been a significant shift in either your career, your public perception, or your business, or potentially a familial dynamic. With the air card being underneath the solstice energy, I feel that this has been a time in which, where you have been focused on yourself and where you have spent a lot of time in isolation, what has naturally happened is you have become a lot more mentally stimulated. You've got a lot more expansive ideas that are coming to the forefront. There are a lot more activities that you want to engage in. Some of you are wanting to network. Some of you are wanting to socialize. Some of you are wanting to connect with people online. Some of you are wanting to learn a new hobby or a new skill, or to do some reading, or to listen to a podcast. But you are wanting to do things that are going to expand you consciously. And I feel like this is a journey of deep exploration for Libras during Gemini season. A lot of the times what you'll find is where you have for example, your sun, your moon, or your rising, depending on what energy you are operating out of, if it's in the same element, so say for example you're a Libra experiencing Gemini season, generally speaking, you're going to be able to navigate that season a lot better, simply because of the fact that you are accustomed to dealing with air. It's just going to bring a different emphasis in terms of where your focus may lie. So I actually feel like this might be a very good and uplifting season for Libras, particularly after maybe a turbulent time or a troublesome time or a time of uncertainty or loss that you may have experienced. With Vesta here, and Vesta being directly under Capricorn, what I'm seeing is that through this period of isolation, through this period of focus and exploration, you are discovering a lot more gifts and talents that you are becoming more consciously aware of. It's almost as if to say, because of the fact that you may have given so much to everyone else, you weren't necessarily giving enough to yourself. And now you're starting to give back to yourself by doing the things that consciously make you happy, and the things that please you, and the things that give you enjoyment or intellectual stimulation. And what you're starting to see is a lot more progress in what you are achieving. And I feel like June is really going to be a month in which you're going to flourish and in which you're going to shine. You're also going to come to an understanding as to why certain platonic, familial, or romantic relationships needed to come to an end, because these were actually hindering you from progressing forward. And these were taking away the time, the energy, and the effort for you to be able to put back into yourself in order for you to have a more fulfilling career, have more fulfilling activities, have more fun, and have more enjoyment, because you were giving more than what you were giving more to others than what you were giving to yourself. And it was necessary for you to implement a boundary around that. Okay, so I'm going to pull some career and money cards. One more. Okay. What are the career and money messages for Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising for June 2024? We have Award, we have Pendulum. We have Buddha. We have Light Bulb. I love this. Base of the deck, we've got Sword. So we've got money conflicts, cutting corners, and breakthrough. If you've gone for a period of time in which your money was stagnant, you may have lost money, or you may have had to terminate a contract of employment and you were seeking new employment, I feel like this is a time in which everything's about to shift and change for you in this season. I also feel that the conflicts that you may have experienced around money, they're going to be, as we get further on into Gemini season, that's going to shift for you. But I would also, because of the fact that Sword is at the base of the deck, I would also urge you to be very conscious, aware, and frugal with how you are spending your money until that manifestation comes into the 3D realm. Okay, so the first card that we have is a Ward. So it says winning money, payoff for effort and recognition. Again, this is a confirmation of the, if I can find it, this is a confirmation of the 10th house energy. And I said that you may be gaining some form of recognition during this season. This could be online. This could be within an existing workplace. For some of you, this could be with regards to a new job or a job interview. And this is more Capricorn energy. So I definitely feel like there's recognition that you're gaining. This recognition is either going to see you receive an increase in money, a promotion within an existing company, or this could represent an increase in footfall with regards to products or services if you are an entrepreneur or a business. So this is absolutely great. So I can see that your professional work is taking a positive turn, and one that is going to be quite fruitful for you. We have Pendulum. So Pendulum says fluctuating income, indecision, and new strategy. I do feel that even though you are receiving, potentially for a lot of you, you're going to be receiving an increase in your income, I do feel that you do need to be quite cautious with how you're spending your money at this time, and just really making sure that you have a budget in place, that you are saving, that you stick to your budget, that you spend your money on the things that you need rather than things that you want, until you can start to see your income balance out. With Buddha being here, a lot of you have now stepped into alignment. A lot of you have stepped into your life purpose. You could be going through an awakening. And I definitely feel that you have learned a lesson around what's important. For some of you that may have been struggling with poverty mindset or materialism, I definitely feel that your money mindset has shifted. And what you're starting to understand is that you would rather be abundant than prosperous, or abundant rather than wealthy. Because when you have abundance, this abundance relates to all areas of your life, not just your money. Wealth only relates to really your money. So I think you're starting to shift your values with regards to what you value now compared to what you used to value. But it was necessary for you to have an awakening in a way which pushed you out of your comfort zone, for you to be able to have the time in isolation to have that insight and have that reflection. With the light bulb being here, I definitely feel that this is going to be a really great time for you to launch a new business. For those of you that are entrepreneurs, for you to launch a new product or service if you are already an existing business, for you to start a new creative project, for you to engage in new activities. I definitely feel that you are going to be very inspired by this season, and I actually feel that this is going to be quite a time in which you will thrive. For a lot of you that have been seeking new employment, a new job is coming in, and this is confirmation that you will be receiving a new job. Some of you may be working in fashion. Some of you may be working in interior design, culinary arts. Some of you may be working in media, journalism, or literature. Some of you could be working in technology. But I definitely see that you are moving into respective fields that allow for you to utilize your natural talents, and for those natural talents to shine through. I think that is it for the career section. We're going to move on to looking at relationships and love for Libra singles. Okay. What are the messages for Libra singles? Messages for Libra singles. We've got let go of expectations. We've got make a conscious choice. We have intimacy. I'm going to pull one more. Ooh, we've got two more. We have past life connection, and we've got influencing factors. Okay. Let me see the base. So we've got different paths at the base of the deck. For those of you that are single, I'm not getting that some of you are actually coming through clearly single. I feel like some of you are in a situation where you've recently become single, but you were seeing somebody, and this may have been a long-term relationship. I feel like this relationship ended recently, and I feel like this relationship ended recently because of the fact that it was no longer in alignment with who you are becoming. And I feel like that was what I was picking up at the beginning of the reading, that there was an ending of some form of relationship. It's going to be different for everyone, but for those of you that are single, you've recently come out of a long-term romantic relationship. The long-term romantic relationship wasn't reflecting the values or the person that you have become. It was necessary for you to separate, and it was necessary for you to let go in order to find a relationship that is more suited to who you are and that supports the life purpose that you have. With let go, we've got let go of expectations, we've got make a conscious choice, intimacy, past life connections, and influencing factors. Now, I feel like you're being told that in order for you to have what you want within a romantic partnership, you need to let go of the expectations that you may have and detach from any types of outcomes. Now might not necessarily be the time in which you will be engaging in a new relationship. I simply feel that the focus is going to be really on you building, getting to know who you are, really standing firm in your truth and expressing yourself authentically, and really exploring these new gifts and talents that you have. But I do feel that once you start to let go of this notion of having a relationship is when the relationship then will start to come, when you start focusing on yourself and pouring back into yourself. I feel that some of you may have, how to put this, you may have kept the door open with regards to a past relationship where you haven't fully detached from it. You may have said goodbyes, or you may have gone your separate ways, but you haven't emotionally detached. And I feel like you need to emotionally detach and cut that cord, in which you are no longer sort of thinking about that person, and you really sort of let that person go. The reason being is because it's almost energetically blocking you from being able to move into a new relationship. So I feel that this is really important for you to understand what was the lesson that you needed to learn, and why is it that this relationship had to come to an end? Because when you get to the understanding as to the why, it will make it easier for you to release this emotionally and energetically. And it will also mean that you will create space for the right relationship to come in. And at this time, you're really focused on creating your own material stability and security, because it's very evident that you're pursuing your career at this time, not necessarily a romantic connection. I feel like the intimacy here with the intimacy card is more about you gaining more intimacy with yourself. And that is by understanding who you are becoming. And that intimacy is required in order for you to, I think the isolation is required in order for you to have more intimacy with yourself, so that when you do give that love back to yourself, you then have the experience to show the person that does show up and turn up, the new person that will eventually appear, how to love you the way you want to be loved. So this is about you gaining an understanding of what it is that you like, what you don't like, what you're prepared to accept, what's your non-negotiables. These are all very, very important. I do feel also that you need to look at or reflect upon your previous relationship to see whether the relationship was a truly intimate one. And when we say a truly intimate relationship, it's beyond any type of physicality. It's more how transparent were you able to be with that person? How transparent were they able to be with you? And did they give you the space in order for you to be vulnerable, for you to truly be authentic, for you to really speak your mind, or for you to open up, or for you to lean on in an emotional sense? So these are the things that you need to actually process and understand and come to a conclusion of at this time, because this is going to help you to heal from this past relationship, but also help you to create space for something new to come in that's more in alignment with where you are. We've got past life connection here. Now, I feel that this particular past life connection could be talking about a past life connection with somebody new that's coming in. This is going to feel like a relationship or a person that feels very familiar, even if you have not known them before or you've never met them before. You're going to feel this sense of comfort. You're going to feel this sense of familiarity. There's going to be an understanding as to who you are on a soul level, because this will be the first time that you're able to really show up as your true and authentic self, and they're going to embrace that. So you may feel that when you meet this person that they can actually see through to your soul, or you may feel the same about them. You may even be finishing off each other's sentences because you are that connected. But this is because of the fact that you've met each other before. And this is actually your soul showing you who you're supposed to be with. And this will also reveal to you that irrespective as to how someone looks, it's really about who they are inside, their personality, their values, their heart. That's ultimately going to allow the relationship to have longevity, because these are the things that keep ourselves aligned to another. It's not the physicality, but it's how we feel or how they make us feel based on who they are, the essence of themselves. We've also got influencing factors here. So I do feel that this is not coming in now. I feel like this is not coming in now because, again, I feel like you are focused on building your career, building your finances, building your businesses, or building your business, creating more financial stability and security. Once this changes, once you start to focus, I definitely feel like you'll then be in alignment to have the type of relationship that you desire. But because of the fact that you're covering your physiological needs, now may not be the time for the relationship. Okay, I'm going to pull some tarot cards just to clarify. Okay, so messages for Libra singles. Messages for Libra singles. Messages for Libra singles. Four of Swords. Six of Wands, Eight of Swords, King of Wands. I'm going to pull one more. Oh, and we've got Seven of Swords. Okay, perfect. We've got a lot of fire and air here. At the base of the deck, we've got the Five of Swords. So this Five of Swords is showing me that there is either some sort of mental anguish, some sort of stress, some form of fight, battle, or confusion, either with yourself or with another. The way I'm feeling about this is this could be a conflict between you and a past love. This could also be the energy of you feeling a sense of indecision around whether to reconnect with this past person or to move forward. But there is an uncertainty around the change that you have to make. This could also represent the fact that you may be getting into a space in which you are changing your mind around engaging in a relationship and wanting to actually just spend some time just focused on what you want to do that's going to be quite fulfilling. With the Four of Swords being here, this is Jupiter in Libra energy. I do feel that at the moment you're having a lot of time by yourself. You may be in a period of self-reflection, isolation, or recovery. You may be getting over the heartbreak of a relationship. You may be in a space of healing. You may be in a space in which you are quite tired and you are trying to rest at the moment. You may be also in a space in which you are trying to understand the reasons why your relationship ended and also letting that go. I feel like you're in a deeply reflective space right now with this Four of Swords. With this Six of Wands, the focus that I'm seeing is mostly on your expansion. This is Jupiter in Leo. So this represents some sort of accolade, success, victory, recognition that you may be gaining. I feel like this is with regards to what you are making or creating. So this is you actually moving out of this space of healing and actually going into a space in which you are focused on your happiness, your joy, your fulfillment, your creativity, what you are building. And as a result of this, I feel like you are stepping into a more authentic version of yourself. With the Eight of Swords, there may still be some residual programs or thoughts that you, again, we had the Five of Swords here. There may be some residual programs or old thoughts, outdated beliefs that you may be holding on to that are keeping you restricted, confined, or limited. This could also be feeling trapped by fear in order to move forward and go for your dreams. But these are untruths. These are untruths that sometimes happen when we feel the energy of fear or guilt or shame. That's when our minds start to work the most and come up with all different types of stories and narratives rather than giving us the truth, because it's our brain trying to make sense of what it is that we are feeling. So with this Eight of Swords here and the fact that this capybara is blindfolded, we've got the moon right here. This is really about you drowning out the sound of your mind and really connecting to how you feel. The moon represents our intuition, it represents our emotions, but it also represents our body. Pay attention to how your body feels. Nurture yourself. Pay attention to how what your intuition is telling you, or what's coming up for you emotionally, because this is what's going to help you to liberate yourself from any type of restrictions. We've got the King of Wands here. The King of Wands is really about you, after a period of releasing these outdated thoughts or beliefs, moving into a position of strength, bravery, courage, empowerment, authority, leadership. This is you actually acting and taking action towards your passions, your desires. And I actually feel like this is you regaining like autonomy and control and having sort of this energy of being able to self-determine what it is that you really want for yourself. However, with the Seven of Swords being here as well, I do feel like there is some energy of deception here. This Seven of Swords could represent self-deception, in which you may be lying to yourself, which goes along with the 5, the 4, and the 8 of Swords. There could be some sort of self-deception that you may have, but I definitely feel like this is an energy of somebody potentially lying to you. So it could be that in a previous relationship that you may have had, the one that's recently ended, there could have been some sort of untruths that were told by another party. So either somebody that you were directly dealing with or somebody connected to somebody that you were dealing with. But I definitely feel that you are needing to, again, when the Seven of Swords comes up, this is usually something that is unexpected. But with the Eight of Swords being here, this is about you listening to your intuition rather than information being told to you. Pay attention to your intuition. And I definitely feel with all of this, this is actually moving you in a direction to walk away from an old relationship. Okay, I'm gonna pull some cards for Libras that are in relationships. Okay, so for Libras that are coupled, or for Libras that are in relationships, what are the messages for Libras that are in relationships? We've got chemistry. We have communication. We've got commitment. Wow. We've got the 3 C's. We've got self-love. I'll pull one more. We have be here now. Okay, let's have a look at the base. We've got delays and blocks. So So somebody within this relationship needs to do some inner work or some healing. I definitely feel with the self-love card being here, there may be a need for someone to display more self-love to themselves or self-care to themselves. There could be parts of this relationship that may have some element of toxicity, meaning that there's either one of you or both of you may have some tendencies that are codependent, which means that you're seeking validation outside of yourself because you have either low self-esteem or you're not sure of yourself, which means that when you're feeling like you don't have enough self-esteem and that you need validation outside of yourself, this is the time in which you may need to practice self-love. This could also represent why there may be some delays and blocks. This could also be pointing to some of you having issues around self-love due to abandonment issues. This could be through abandonment through a parental figure, either an absentee parent or not necessarily being strongly connected to a particular paternal figure, which could be what needs to be healed. For some of you, it could be that the patterns of how to have relationships were modeled on those that were your main caregivers, and maybe they did not recognize what were toxic patterns within relationships, which is where you would have first learned how to interact and how to have relationships, because they're modeled on the relationships that we have within our family first, because it's our first point of socialization. So this could be something that's being unraveled for either you or the person that you're dealing with. We've got chemistry here. We've got communication here. I definitely feel like there is definitely strong chemistry. This could be physical chemistry. There could be a lot of passion and desire around the relationship that you have. This could be a very physical connection. However, there is a need for more communication to occur within this relationship. It could be that there's not enough intellectual stimulation for either you or the person that you're dealing with. Although I'm starting to think that it's more you. I do feel that with the communication, this could also mean that either the communication, there isn't enough of it, or the information isn't clear. There isn't clarity. So there needs to be a focus on changing the dynamics and maybe actually having regular date nights where you can sit down and discuss things. Particularly if you're in a relationship where you live with a partner, it's important to still have time where you spend together, time where you spend apart, but also to still have date nights in order to keep the relationship fresh, and to also allow time for you to sort of reflect upon your week or reflect upon your day and really have that opportunity to talk about what's been going on in both of your lives separately. This relationship could be one that is in a long-term commitment. This could also represent the fact that there may be a desire for either yourself to have a long-term commitment with this person, or for this person to have a long-term commitment with you. And this could end up being one of the things that might be a point of discussion within the communication sector of your relationship. However, in order to have this type of commitment, there is a need for the healing to commence either with one of you or both of you. Being here now is about staying in the present moment, not living in the past and not living in the future. It's really important for you to live very moment to moment, because that is how you stay grounded in the reality and the experiences that you are having. This is also how you're going to be able to really discover the things that give you joy and give you pleasure, and to be able to express gratitude for the things that give you joy and give you pleasure. So being present helps you to have more of the things that you enjoy, because you're slowing down in order to immerse yourself fully in that experience. Okay, I'm going to pull some tarot for Libras that are in relationships. We've got the Sun reversed. So either somebody in this relationship is does not feel fully comfortable to express themselves, or they're not truly expressing themselves or being their authentic self. With the Sun, they could also have a block in their creativity. Somebody within this relationship as well needs to pay attention to the signs, symbols, and synchronicities that they're getting through visions, dreams, animals, repetition of numbers, or even songs on the radio, or random songs that you may hear as you're going about your day-to-day life. Pay attention, because this is about you getting confirmation of what it is that you intuitively feel. Pay attention to how your body feels as well. Yep, moon, double confirmation of the high priestess. There is something that you may be unaware of consciously, but subconsciously it's coming to the forefront. Like you're being told to pay attention to how you're feeling. Pay attention to what you are seeing in visions or dreams. There is something that you're not sure of or unaware of. This could be with regards to healing, that could be familial healing or ancestral healing. This could also relate to a parental figure, which is confirmation of what I was seeing earlier on. We've got the Three of Swords. There could be somebody in this relationship that's not being completely honest. Somebody's not being their true authentic self. Pay attention to how you're feeling, because you know somebody in this relationship isn't being honest. Somebody in this relationship may have another partner. So this could be a third party relationship, or what's coming up could be that there's somebody discovers that somebody's been unfaithful and there's been infidelity. And this could be somebody needing to come to a point of either realization, a point of acceptance, and then a point of healing for someone in this relationship. This could be you or another. This could be, with this Three of Swords, I can see it's going to either be time apart or the ending of the relationship in order for healing to happen. And the Ace of Cups represents a new beginning. So somebody within this relationship may need to go off on their own and heal and do some healing on their own. This could be with regards to actually something that is deeper rooted from childhood or from their family or from a paternal figure. Base of the, double confirmation. We got the Chariot card, which is Cancerian energy. We've got the Moon, which represents Pisces energy, but also Cancer energy. And then we've also got the High Priestess here, which represents Cancer energy. Somebody needs to do some healing, and the healing specifically needs to be around their mother wound or the way in which their mother modeled romantic relationships to them. There's something there. It could also be that the person within this relationship may not necessarily value or respect women, which is coming up, or they may be ignoring or denying their feminine energy, or suppressing somebody's feminine energy. But that's what's coming up at this time. Yep. So I'm going to end this here. I'm going to pull some cards of advice to close out your reading. I'm going to use the metaphysical, I'm going to put this to one side. I'm going to use the metaphysical cannabis oracle. One more shuffle. Okay, what are the messages of advice for Libra? One more card. Base of the deck, we've got Thrive, Briety, and we've got Tolerance. We've got Yewa here, which is Guidance. We've got Animal Energy here, which is Channel. We've got a Super here, which is Vision. And we've got Itan here, which is seduction. I feel with a lot of this is subconscious energy here. This is like, for me, the death card. This is about understanding that endings are new beginnings. And in order for you to have new beginnings, you have to be willing to let go of what no longer serves you. You have to be willing to observe how you are behaving or feeling or thinking, and understand the root cause of where that comes from, and be willing to let that go and release it in order to move into a new direction. This is also about understanding that whilst you're going through difficult times in which you are having to release and let go, that you are being supported during this time. It may not always be like this. This is just a temporary transitional phase that you are going through in order for you to align with your divine life purpose or life path. But the sword is like the element of truth, and all of this blue is like your subconscious mind. It's about you getting to the root cause of the truth. The skull represents death. It represents this energy of endings coming. So it's about getting to the root cause of why something needed to end within your life, and aligning with that. With an animal energy being here in channel, this is about spending time in meditation, grounding your energy, going out into nature, spending time with animals and plants and trees and grass. This is also about paying attention to any animal symbology that you may see, but also paying attention to the information that's being communicated to you whilst you sleep, and visions that you may have. For those of you that are clairvoyant, this is really about you paying attention to your instincts and listening to your intuition. Again, confirmation here, because we've got Osupa here, which says vision, and this is about understanding the dual. For me, there's a couple of meanings for this card. So first, it's about understanding the balance of feminine energy and masculine energy, but this is also about understanding the finite balance between the conscious self and the subconscious self, and understanding how to utilize both the masculine and feminine energy. I'm going to read the message from this card. Before I do want to talk about Itan. So Itan is like this is like the devil card in tarot. It's saying seduction, but it means more than just seduction. It's about understanding that fear, guilt, and shame are usually the lower vibrational emotions that keep us trapped and keep us repeating the same cycles until we learn the lesson. We cannot move forward until we master the lesson that we need to learn, until we come to a point of understanding the root cause, accepting it for what it is, trusting in what our intuition is telling us, and balancing out those emotions or the energies that we feel. I'm going to get my guidance book and read Osupa for us. Here we get a long-awaited glimpse at the dark side of the moon, which is a reflection of the collective memory. Osupa is the card of dreams and illuminates the inner world of your fears. What did I say about fears just a moment ago? This also illuminates your hopes and your feelings. The brain is very powerful, and it cannot decipher the difference between when you imagine an event and when you experience it. The imagination is one of the most powerful tools in your metaphysical toolbox, and you can use it as a means of healing or replaying old programming that keeps you stuck in a lower frequency. I literally just said this. Your subconscious resides between your temples. They are called temples for a reason. Osupa works with the heart. This is the home to the seat of the soul. Osupa works during the night when your dreams and visions come alive fully in the light of the moon and the darkness. It is time to turn your attention within and start to work on your dream escape. This is the card of the dreamer, the creative, the artist, the musician, and the free spirit. It is time to listen to the symbolism coming forth in your dreams and journal. When a super appears in your spread, it is time to ask yourself, am I ignoring my shadow self? Am I having nightmares because of the unresolved issues that I keep replaying? I'm going to leave that there. I want to wish you nothing but love, light, health, wealth, success, prosperity, and abundance, Libra. And I'll see you in your next month's reading. Have a great month. Take care. Bye.